Bubble Busters!
My name is Helen, and I recently had a baby, which makes me a new mom. My daughter Sarah is the perfect angel. I'm so happy that she was born into my life. A few years went by, and I was at a park with Sarah. Sarah, look at this park! It looks like so much fun! Hello! This is the first time that I've seen you at this park. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Helen. I'm Sandra, and this is my daughter, Julia. My daughter's name is Sarah. I think that our daughters are close in age. It was my first time out at a park with Sarah, so I was happy that another mother had reached out to me. Do you want to continue talking at the bench over there? Yes, please. Helen, do you live close to this park? Yes, I live in that apartment building. Oh, an apartment! We live in a house. I see. I was afraid that Sandra was the type of person that liked to brag about her life to make me feel bad about mine. What kind of work does your husband do? He works at the city hall. I see. My husband works for a large multinational company. Oh no. She is the type of person that I feared she was. I wish I hadn't started talking to her. Which month was Sarah born? She was born in March. I heard that babies born in early spring develop more slowly than babies born in other months. Julia was born in May, so I have nothing to worry about with her. I see. I wanted to tell Sandra to her face that it didn't matter which month children were born in. Is Sarah's father of foreign nationality? Sandra said, observing Sarah's face closely. He isn't, and Sarah's Japanese. Are you sure? She has really white skin, a tall nose, and large eyes. She doesn't look Japanese to me. Well, both my husband and I are Japanese, which makes Sarah Japanese too. But you have blonde hair. She's so persistent. We need to get going. I need to prepare for dinner. See ya. Wait, can I have your phone number before you go? Okay. In my heart, I didn't want to. But I didn't want to be rude by saying no. I then left the park with Sarah. A few days later, Sarah and I found ourselves back at the park. I hope that we don't run into any weird people today. Hi, Helen! Oh no, Sandra's here too. I need to ask you for a favor. Can I borrow Sarah for a day? What do you mean? I want to rent Sarah for a day. She's not a product that you can just rent by asking. I need Sarah's help. I have no one else to ask. Please? You're not making any sense. Why would I loan my daughter to anyone? Sandra then told me about her situation. She told me that her mother-in-law and relatives were coming over to her house, and she doesn't want them to see Julia because Sandra thinks that she isn't beautiful enough. She wanted to borrow Sarah and say that Sarah was Julia instead. I think Julia is cute. I couldn't believe what Sandra had said about her own daughter. And I was not about to involve Sarah in some charade. It's only while my relatives are in town. I'll have Sarah back to you as soon as they leave. I don't want them to think that I have an ugly child. I don't get you, Sandra. That's a terrible thing to say about Julia. I don't think that we'll be seeing you anymore. Bye. I rushed home with Sarah. I couldn't understand how a mother could think like that about her own child. Sandra is so weird, and I won't be able to get along with her. Sometime later, my older sister Melanie came over to my house. Hey, Helen. Melanie had a baby around the same time as me, so Sarah and her cousin would play together a lot. Hi, Melanie and Mona. Because they were cousins, Sarah and Mona looked alike. Don't you think that Mona and Sarah look so alike? They look like twins. I agree. You can tell that they're related by just looking at them. Melanie and I talked about what we had both been up to lately. Sarah and Mona got sleepy after playing, so I put them both down for a nap in the bedroom. Oh, they look so cute together! Some time passed and I received a message from Sandra. Helen, just to let you know, I borrowed Sarah as intended. What are you talking about? She's taking a nap in the other room with her cousin. Don't worry! I'll have her back to you in no time. What are you saying? You're crazy! Sandra had read my last message to her, but she didn't reply after that. Helen, who was messaging you? You seem upset. Did something bad happen? A mom that I met at the park the other day said that she's with Sarah now, which makes no sense. I then went to check the bedroom and was shocked to see only one child sleeping. Sarah is still here, which means Sandra took Mona by mistake. Where's my angel Mona? Look, the window of the bedroom's open. It was closed before. It seemed that Sandra snuck into my apartment and took Mona with her. I told Melanie about Sandra and her request to borrow Sarah. So she took Mona thinking that she was Sarah? This is a kidnapping! We need to call the police. Is it wrong to be flattered that Mona was kidnapped because someone thought she was beautiful? This is not the time to be happy. I knew that Sandra was weird, but I didn't think that she was crazy enough to kidnap someone's child. I won't forgive her. Troublebusters. I called the police right away.
So, you're saying that this person came into the bedroom through your window and kidnapped the child?
Yes, it was Sandra. She even messaged me to say that she has the child.
Do you know the address and phone number of Sandra?
I'm able to get in touch with her through chat. I then received a message from Sandra. Could you please come over to my house right away? In her chat, she had written her home address. I then rushed over to Sandra's house with Melanie and the police. Helen, you have to help me! Mona! Sandra held Mona in her arms. Who are you? Sandra's mother-in-law was clearly confused about what was happening. I am the mother of the child that woman is holding. My sister was livid. What are you saying? So you're saying that this isn't Julia? Sandra, I think you have some explaining to do. Oh no! My plan failed! Sandra began to explain to everyone what was happening. Although I had said no about loaning Sarah to her, Sandra couldn't resist and followed Sarah and me to my apartment. And after seeing me put Sarah down for a nap through the window, she snuck in and took Mona, thinking she was Sarah. When Sandra saw the two girls sleeping, she simply couldn't tell them apart. So she ended up taking Mona. I was stunned by Sandra's stupidity. Sandra then introduced Mona as Julia to her relatives, but Mona awoke and panicked when she didn't see her real mother, Melanie, anywhere. Sandra tried to get Mona to stop crying, but Mona had no idea who she was and continued to cry. The relatives sensed that the relationship between Sandra and Mona was unnatural, and out of desperation, Sandra messaged me. Wow. Things really blew up in her face. I wanted the child to stop crying so that my relatives wouldn't find out about my plan. Mona, you must have been so scared. Come to mommy. She is laughing. She's happy to see her real mother. Sandra, you're an idiot. Ouch! Sandra's mother-in-law had slapped Sandra in the face. I know that I wasn't supposed to laugh, but I found it funny how desperate Sandra was. I can't believe that you kidnapped someone else's child and pretended that she was Julia. You're a fool. It's because Julia's not pretty. Where is Julia, by the way? I put her in the closet so that no one would see her. You monster! Bring her out of the closet at once! Sandra had the nerve to put Julia in the closet so that her relatives wouldn't find her. Nothing bad had happened to Julia, but I couldn't believe that Sandra would be so cruel to her. Sandra was arrested for abusing her child and kidnapping Mona. Her husband divorced her, and Julia was taken in by her grandmother. I don't understand why Sandra didn't think that Julia is beautiful. I think Sandra needs to work on her heart. There's nothing bad about Julia's looks. A few years later, Sarah and Mona started going to kindergarten. It just so happened that Julia was at the same kindergarten too. Wow, Julia is even more beautiful than I remember. You're right. Sandra should have noticed how beautiful Julia is from the start. But, in a way, Julia was lucky to be separated from her crazy mother. Sarah and Mona became good friends with Julia. Julia seemed much happier now that she no longer has to live with her evil mother, Sandra. Either way, I can't believe that Sandra mistreated Julia because of the way she looked. On top of that, she kidnapped someone else's child and pretended that the child was her own. She's delusional. I hope that Julia continues to live happily with her grandmother. Troublebusters.
My name is Adam. I'm the manager of a family restaurant. Headquarters made me reduce the number of part-timers working late-night shifts, so I'm working every day instead. The world is so cruel. Our pay doesn't increase when we work late nights. Even if we're full-time. It's too unfair. It's horrible. Just when I was thinking that, a customer arrived. Welcome! I went to the entrance to guide them to their seats and noticed something was off immediately. There was an elder woman wearing really flashy clothes, but she was with a younger woman who was wearing shabby and torn clothing and a small child. Why are they here so late? Could they be ghosts? Oh, I hate horror stories.
Excuse me? Why are you staring? It's cold, so can you take us to our seats?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, sit wherever you like. Oh, thank God, they're real people. But why are they here so late? Did something happen? I'm here to take your order.
I'd like the Hamburg steak and one children's lunch plate. That's all.
Huh?
What?
What will this customer have?
It's fine. She doesn't need anything.
That's a lie. She was looking at the menu. Yikes, this is the first time I've seen bullying like this. Pardon me, we ask that each customer makes one order.
Huh? What? What kind of rule is that? Then, could I have some warm soup? No, you only get water. But I've been outside all this time. I'm very cold. You have no right to complain. I was outside too. But... Then shake some salt into the water. Here you go, salt water. That's too harsh. Waiter, I'd like you to put some salt into this water. And bring me some salt water.
I'm afraid we don't have anything like that on our menu. It'll have to be something printed on this menu here.
A parfait for dessert. Then this. That makes 3 items. Happy?
When I glanced at the young woman, she was staring into her lap. It seems that they're mother and daughter-in-law. The younger woman couldn't argue back at all. And I felt so bad for her. I wanted to do something to help her. But I couldn't stick my nose into their business. I had no choice but to take down their order and leave their table. Understood. But their situation still bothered me. So I pretended to wipe the tables nearby and listen in on their conversation.
Lucy, let's get back to our conversation. It's your fault that my son is out having an affair and won't come back. I understand, so can we stop now? I don't want to have this conversation in front of my daughter. What the hell does a 3-year-old understand? The most she can understand is Sesame Street and Winnie the Pooh. That's nonsense. Please stop. No, I won't stop. You were trying to run away from the conversation when we were talking outside too. You said you were cold, so I brought you here. You should be thankful. If we're outside for 5 hours midwinter, it's only natural a child would get cold. You always use your daughter as an excuse. You just wanted to warm up yourself, didn't you? Always complaining that you're hungry and such. What kind of mother are you if you're so greedy?
I was surprised. It seems that her mother-in-law had been lecturing her out in this cold for 5 hours. On top of that, it was about how her son's affair was the young woman's fault. The mother-in-law was wearing suitable clothing, but the young woman was wearing only shabby, ripped clothing.
Then please let me have a divorce. What are you talking about? In front of your own child? I haven't received any money for my own needs. What? Are you complaining that my son isn't making enough money? That's not what I mean. Then why don't you work? The baby's on its way.
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry. The mother-in-law glared at me, and I ran away to the kitchen. As I was leaving, I glanced at the young woman's belly and saw that it was ever so slightly rounded. Her arms and legs were thin, so once I heard that she was pregnant, it made sense. But wait, pregnant? In the cold? Anyway, I brought the hamburg steak and the children's plate to their table. If you'd like, I have something for you. I can't bring salt water, but here's some lightly salted seaweed soup. I'm such a genius. I placed the soup in front of the young woman.
What?
We had some leftovers, so if she doesn't mind that, it's on the house.
We don't need it. I can't believe it. She's tried to seduce you too. This vile woman.
That wasn't my intention.
Enough. This is none of your business.
She was right. It was none of my business. I had no right to say anything. But the young woman had gone pale, and she was trembling. When I tried to go back to the kitchen, I heard a child scream. I rushed back and found the young woman had collapsed, as though she were in pain. She was holding her belly. Are you okay? What should I do? I panicked, but when I looked at the mother-in-law's way, I was shocked. She was eating her hamburg steak, as though nothing had happened. Furthermore, she was handling the fork and knife as though she thought this were a world-class restaurant. Excuse me, what are you doing?
What? I'm eating.
Can't you see what's going on? Are you an idiot?
What? I'm a customer! You can't speak to me like that.
I realized that there was no point talking to her. Somebody call an ambulance!
You're over-exaggerating.
What's wrong with this woman? She's not human. I can't believe people like this exist. What a horrible day. It's okay. We've called an ambulance.
My baby is...
Huh?
Help me.
A puddle of water formed on the floor. Huh? Is this... her water broke? What do I do? The young woman was in pain, and the daughter was crying her eyes out. The late-night family restaurant had become a war zone. I'll say it again. What a horrible day! The ambulance arrived, and the young woman was taken to the hospital. The mother-in-law didn't go with her, even though her grandchild was about to be born. I left the restaurant to the other staff and got onto the ambulance. I somehow asked for her husband's name and found his number in her phone, but he didn't pick up. What the hell is up with this family? We reached the hospital, and after a while, the young woman's mother came. I explained the situation and returned to work. According to the staff, the woman had eaten everything, plus the parfait, and gone home. I seriously can't believe it. A few weeks later, that mother-in-law arrived once more. This time, she was with a man. They were linking arms, so they must have been close. Huh, her husband?
Fuyuhiko, I'm glad I was able to see you today. It's been so long.
Next time, we should go see a movie, Yoko.
I'm so happy.
Her attitude's completely different. I could tell that they weren't husband and wife from their conversation. They were either going out, or the mother-in-law was interested in him. I felt like being mean. Right. Now's my chance. Time for the Trouble Busters! Have you decided on your order?
2 Hamburg steaks.
Understood. Oh, did your daughter-in-law give birth safely?
Huh? Yes, she did.
Do you know each other? Well, her daughter-in-law's water broke here. Really? That must have been very nerve-wracking. Yes, I'm single, so I had no idea what to do. She was lucky she was with you, Yoko.
Yes.
What? Huh? She was eating her Hamburg steak while her daughter-in-law was collapsed on the floor. And so elegantly. No way.
What are you talking about? You shouldn't lie about things like that.
Everyone was watching you. I mean, the reason why she collapsed was because you made her stand out in the freezing cold for 5 hours, right? Is that true?
No, of course I wouldn't do something like that. You better stop talking right now.
What's more, she was telling the pregnant lady to drink just water. She couldn't even have a mouthful of soup. The man called Fuyuhiko was speechless, even in the ambulance. Wait, you got onto the ambulance too? Yep, because she was still eating. You didn't get on?
That's...
She didn't. I went to the hospital with her daughter-in-law because she had a small child with her. Also, I couldn't get through to her husband. Husband? Does he mean Makoto? Oh, do you know him? He's my subordinate. This woman laid her hands on her son's boss. How could you do that? Oh, sorry. You're not this lady's husband. I thought you knew everything. Pardon me. No, thank you for telling me. After that, I left their table. They seemed to be arguing about something, and the mother-in-law soon ran out, crying. The man ate both of the meals elegantly and left the restaurant. A few months later, their family split in two. The husband's affair was found out by his company, and he was demoted. The daughter-in-law was able to receive plenty of compensation for the treatment she endured from her mother, and because her husband had limited the money she could spend. I know all of this because after the divorce was decided, she came to visit me at this restaurant. Her name was Lucy. At first, she came to thank me, but now she's become a regular, and we talk a lot. Her kids are so cute. I can't help but hold them. I hope they come to visit me tomorrow too. Trouble Busters! My name is Adam. I'm working for a certain company, but I'm troubled by a stubborn boss. His name is Aiden. Oh, it's you again. I can't say that he's an excellent manager, even if I tried to be polite. Apparently, he got his job using connections. He's overconfident and is always tough on me. Hey, Adam, are you free next Sunday? Well, I don't have any plans, but... Then let's go have dinner together. Bring your wife. Huh? Why do I have to bring my wife? Are you planning to make them fight each other? Idiot. Of course not. I have a coupon for a restaurant nearby. It's for a group of 4. A coupon? That's your reason? Thank you for your consideration, but my wife's only just given birth. I'll have to decline. I tried, but everybody says that they have plans. Is everyone suffering from the same virus called plans or something? That might be possible. That's a terrible virus. I think it's because nobody wants to go with you. You can eat even if the kid's there. So you better come. That's an order. Yes, understood. Crap, I couldn't decline. My precious Sunday. Oh, what a horrible day. I went home and told my wife about the restaurant.
First-class steak? I want to go. If it's lunch, the baby should be okay. Meat!
And was, surprisingly, on board with the idea. It seems the meat was more appealing than meeting my boss. She's such a glutton. But that's what makes her so cute. So, it was decided that Lucy and I would go to have lunch with Aiden and his wife. Hey, you're late. By 2 minutes, you're late. What? I thought we were on time. I got here 2 minutes early, so you're late. Can't you keep up with my pace? That's so unreasonable. Oh, this is my wife, Lucy.
My name is Lucy. Thank you for taking care of my husband at work.
Huh? Did you bring your kid? I hate kids because they're so noisy. What were we supposed to do? Leave the baby behind? You're the one that invited us. How selfish can you be? This is my wife.
Hi, I'm Marina. It means sea. It's cool, right? It's super cute.
When I saw Aiden's wife, I was really surprised. She seemed like the aggressive type. If she and Lucy had a battle, Lucy would most definitely lose. She looked pretty tough. She was younger than I had imagined too.
Lucy, I'm looking forward to eating with you. Your baby's so cute.
Thank you.
Her appearance and attitude was striking, but she was friendly. I was chatting with my wife and baby daughter. Then, let's sit.
Wait, there's a baby. So, shouldn't we get a private room?
Huh? Damn it. It's such a pain in the ass. She's a really good person. I'm surprised. Then, we got to eating our steak. For a while, everything was going well, but suddenly, my daughter started crying.
Oh dear. Is it her diaper? Or is it milk? I'll be right back.
Lucy went to the toilet to check our daughter's diaper.
It looks like it wasn't her diaper. I wonder if she's hungry.
We tried giving her milk too, but I guess she wasn't happy because she wouldn't stop crying.
There. Don't cry. It's okay.
Hey, it's noisy, so shut the kid up.
I'm sorry.
I told you, shut it the hell up. This is a restaurant. It's bothering everyone.
I'm so sorry.
I told you we have a baby and tried to decline. You're the one that forced us to come. You don't have the right to complain. I was about to rage when Aiden picked up his pint of beer and poured it on Lucy's head. I told you to shut the kid up, you stupid woman. What the hell is he doing? Now I've finally lost my temper. I won't forgive him. Time for the Trouble Busters! But that second...
You're the idiot!
No! It's hot! Huh? Marina had grabbed Aiden's head and was pushing it into the grill.
She's a baby! Babies can't help but cry! How dare you say shut the kid up? Who the hell do you think you are, you fool?
Ow! Ow! It's hot! Marina, that's too much! At this rate, Aiden's going to be well done. I was about to call for the Trouble Busters, but I ended up trying to stop Marina's sudden assault. No! It hurts! Aiden, here you go. Salt! No, wait. A wet towel! You tried to hand me salt, didn't you? Oopsie.
He doesn't need a towel. Give it to your wife first.
Huh, that's true. Lucy, are you okay?
I'm okay. I just got a bit wet.
Even though Aiden was holding his head and writhing in pain, Marina was still angry.
Listen up, you idiot! It's a baby's job to cry! You think it's noisy? Deal with it! She's working harder at her job than you! You useless piece of junk!
Ow! Mom!
What? Don't start crying! It's a restaurant! You're causing trouble for other people, right? Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
I won't forgive you. I'll remember this. I'm going to get Daddy to fire you. And I want a divorce.
Daddy? Please, don't do that.
Why should I care, you scum?
The lunch ended there, and Aiden was dragged away by the neck by his wife. I have no idea what just happened. My job as Troublebuster was taken away by Marina. Well, I guess it's important to mix things up a little. Huh? I never got the chance to shine. Shush. After that, Aiden was nowhere to be seen at the office. It seems he really was fired. Marina came to visit us, bringing sweets as an apology. She's a really polite girl.
I'm really sorry about my husband. I never thought he was lacking that much as a human being.
Please, don't apologize. I'm not hurt or anything.
He's been fired, so you don't have to worry about anything.
Who exactly are you?
Me? My daddy is running the company you work for.
Daddy? You're the CEO's daughter?
Yep, that's right.
Oh! I thought you were a really classy lady.
Adam, I bet he's lying. I won't say it though.
People often tell me I don't look it.
I know, right? No, pardon me.
He got his job using connections. So once I spoke to Daddy, he cleared him up for me.
I'm so grateful. Marina told us that she had divorced Aiden too.
I'm pretty hyper, so my daddy told me to hurry up and settle down. Literally. I was introduced to Aiden, and at first I thought, he's hot, lucky me, and got married. But
Really?
as we spent more time together, I saw more of his crappy side. The other day, I thought enough.
Oh.
If he can't be kind to another person's baby, there's no way he can be kind to his own child.
After having a chat, Marina left the suites and went home. She's a lovely person. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Yeah, she was a saint dressed as a little devil.
She really was a devil towards Aiden, though. That day, Marina had cooked Aiden's face into a well-done steak. But apparently, there was no problem. I thought that she might be charged for assault or something, but according to her,
Everything's okay.
power really is terrifying. By the way, we had already reported Aiden for pouring beer on Lucy. We received compensation from Aiden, so I guess all's well that ends well. Ever since, Lucy and Marina have gotten on pretty well, and often go out together. One day, when she came to visit, she told us,
He's got marks of the mesh left on his face. His face was his only good point, so what a shame.
I wonder if we should laugh.
It's okay, he deserves it.
I'm glad you didn't get charged for burning your Aiden steak.
There's no way he could win against me in court anyway.
Huh, I wonder how she prevented him from going to court. I'm curious, but I feel like I shouldn't ask.
His face has mesh marks on it, so he still can't find a job. There's no way he can pass an interview like that.
I wonder if he'll be like that for the rest of his life.
It should heal soon. Not that I care. Anyway, how's your baby?
Yeah, do you want to see her?
They get on so well. I'm glad Lucy has a new friend. We all still go out to have lunch. And sometimes she mentions that she's looking for a new husband. She's a lovely woman, so I'm sure she'll find someone good enough. The troublebuster this time was Marina. Troublebusters.
My name is Jade. I got married 1 year ago and I'm going to have a baby. My dad is sick and has been told that he doesn't have that much time left to live. But I'm glad that I can let him meet his grandchild. On the other hand, my husband wasn't that happy. I met him 2 years ago during summer. My boss introduced me to him.
Jade, it's nice to meet you. I'm Aiden. I heard that you like anime. I do too!
Lovely to meet you. My name is Jade. I love anime. My favorite is Gaio Gaio.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh too! I like the stand called Troublebuster.
Oh, the one that Gaiotaro uses. I'm what you'd call an otaku, or nerd. But Aiden accepted me for who I was. We enjoyed our romance and ended up marrying. We were about to enjoy our lives as newlyweds. Or so I thought. After we got married, it was decided that I would live with Aiden and his family. That included his mother, father, and little sister, Sheila. My dreadful new life is about to start. So, Jade, I heard that you're a nerd. You're not worthy of my brother. How did you get him to marry you? You're disgusting. You're so rude. I'm enjoying culture. Don't you get how cool anime is? Aiden understands that. Anime? Cool? What a creep. Huh? You're so mean. You'll hurt my feelings. Sheila often calls me creepy. And my mother-in-law? Hey! Jade, this tastes horrible! I followed your instructions. It's completely different. You're making excuses now. It seems like they couldn't accept me as family and would complain and moan every chance they got. They weren't just verbally abusive, they would sometimes get physical too. My father-in-law liked to order me around.
Jade, can you pour me some green tea?
Here you go.
Ugh!
Huh? Are you okay?
What did you do to this tea? It smells like cod liver oil.
That's impossible.
There's no way I'm drinking this. It tastes and smells bad.
Ow! It's hot! What are you doing? My father-in-law threw the tea I prepared in my face. He must be looking down on me because I seem like a quiet, weak little nerd.
Sorry. As I get older, I just can't seem to control my hands.
Ugh. One day I'll seriously make him drink cod liver oil. Whenever I try and ask Aiden for advice, he's always tired and doesn't listen to me properly. He would only say,
If you work hard, things will get better.
and fall asleep. I believed his words and worked hard to complete the housework, hoping that my effort would lead to a better relationship with his family. Then one day, I had wonderful news. I was pregnant. It made me so happy. Of course, I was delighted because I was going to have a baby. But I was also happy because I thought that it would bring the family together. I hoped that my relationship with my husband's family would improve. I savored the happiness. I wanted to share my feelings with Aiden and announce it to him. Aiden, I'm going to have a baby. I thought he would be happy too, but...
Oh, really? Good for you. I'm going to sleep.
He didn't seem to care at all. I thought it was strange. Whenever I was being bullied by his mother or sister, or when his father was bossing me around, Aiden was uninterested. Wouldn't a normal husband support me or back me up in times like these? I was confused, but I thought that it would all change when the baby came. Six months later, it had become winter, and it was cold enough to see your own breath in the air. The baby had gotten bigger bit by bit, and I was looking forward to it being born, wondering when it would come. But that's when the incident occurred. Even as my belly grew bigger, my in-laws' attitude didn't change. If anything, I felt like it was getting worse. Hey, you touched my bag, didn't you? It was left on the sofa, so I put it away. Don't touch my stuff, you freak! She slapped my shoulder. What's wrong, Sheila? She touched my bag! Why would you do something that would upset Sheila? She pushed me. Don't piss me off! Apologize right now! They both kicked my stomach hard. I couldn't believe it. How could they kick a pregnant woman? What are you doing? I'm going to have a baby. Shut up. You haven't reflected on your actions at all. Come here. My mother-in-law grabbed me by the hair and dragged me toward the garage. You should think about what you've done. I was locked inside. No matter how much I shouted or hit the door, nobody would open it for me. Help me! Please! I felt like I was in danger. I had to make my way out by myself. Calm down, count prime numbers, and calm down. I looked around the garage and found a large rock. It must have been used as a weight, but I used it to hit the door. Take this! And this! Yes, it'll open in no time. Finally, the door went up. But I was a mess. I'd used up all my strength and my hands were covered in small cuts and my stomach hurt from being kicked. Oh no, everything's going black. I lost my consciousness and collapsed. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. Huh? Jade! You're awake! Where am I? Who am I? Huh? Big sis? I was so scared. I found you collapsed outside of the garage. I thought something had happened to you. That's it. They locked me in. I told my older sister Lucy about my husband's family before. This time she became worried because she couldn't get through to my phone and came looking for me. When she found me lying in the grass, she'd called for an ambulance. What about my baby? About that. Huh? Listen to me carefully, okay? According to the doctors, the baby didn't make it. No! It seems that it was due to the kicks I had suffered, and because of the stress I had put on my body to get out of the garage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. Jade. As I was crying, my parents came in.
Jade, are you okay?
We heard everything from Lucy. Mom, Dad, what happened? The truth is, I told them everything about Aiden, his parents, and Sheila. I told them about my baby and why I had lost it.
Who do they think they are?
Treating you like that! I won't forgive them!
They're too cruel. They're not human. I won't forgive them. Jade, you don't have to suffer any longer. Divorce Aiden. I won't forgive them. My mom, dad, and Lucy were all mad. We decided that we would go see Aiden and his family together. Time for the Trouble Busters. Aiden and his family were surprised to see us when we went to their house. His parents and Sheila were there too. Aiden! You knew that my little sister was being bullied. Why didn't you do anything to help her? She even lost her baby. Your baby!
Lucy, I don't have to help her. She just hasn't gotten used to being with my family. As for the baby, I can only say that she was unlucky.
Screw that! You're the ones that made her lose her baby!
That's right! We know what your mother and sister did! What? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have any proof? That's right, you shouldn't accuse people of such things. If you make this much of a fuss, the neighbors will complain. Please leave. Proof? Lucy was frustrated we didn't have any evidence, and so were my mom and dad. They were simply angry and hadn't thought about anything like that. I have proof. What? To tell you the truth, I placed some miniature cameras around the house. I installed them in case of a burglary as a security measure, but I'm glad they came in handy. Huh? Cameras? Yes, everything that you've done has been recorded on camera.
What are you talking about?
What? Jade, good work. That will be enough to report this to the police. Police? Wait a second. We'll apologize, so forgive us. Yeah, we're family. We might have been a bit strict. From now on, though, we'll be much kinder. Please forgive us. Sheila and my mother-in-law were crying for mercy, but I had no intention of forgiving them. If it was just me, I might have. But they took my baby away from me, and I cannot forgive them for that. No, I won't. You should repent, not just about the things you did to me. My baby won't come back. I'm going to divorce Aiden, and you won't be my family anymore.
Wait! Why do you want a divorce? I don't want to. If you don't like my family, then let's live together. Just the two of us.
If you really did love me, I might have agreed. But I found out the reason why you married me in the first place.
What are you talking about?
You're after my family's wealth.
No! That's not true!
I found footage of you talking to Sheila about it on the cameras. About what I'll get in my father's will. I heard you saying that she could bully me, but to not overdo it. My father's a writer and has written a bestseller in the past. He's got a lot of money saved. He still gets money from book sales, so we're quite wealthy.
Crap! You overdid it! Mom! Sheila!
Goodbye, Aiden. We went to the police and reported what had happened. My mother-in-law and Sheila were arrested and were interrogated by the police. I have plenty of evidence, so they're likely to be charged. My father-in-law wasn't arrested, but his company found out about what had happened and he was demoted. He ended up in a lower position, was made fun of by his new colleagues as Puddles. Apparently he's having a tough time there. I love that his nickname was ready and waited for him. I was able to divorce Aiden. I found after the procedures that he had a large amount of debt. I guess that's why he was after my dad's wealth. When we got married, it seems that he got ahead of himself and borrowed even more money. He hasn't been able to return any of it and had to go bankrupt. I'm now living with my family, happily. I've realized once more that I can always rely on my family. Troublebusters.
My name is Alex. I started my own company when I was in college. And I've been running this company on my own since then. And to be real with you, I don't have any friends. And so, I don't have a wife or even a girlfriend. I'm not good at giving directions either. So I don't have any employees. Well, it's good for me to work alone. Business is booming and I'm working my hardest every day. I am so busy. Am I a genius? I scream alone in my office. It's so cold. Is it freezing in here? I check the time, and it's already past 9 p.m. I look over to my desk to see the pile of papers. I don't think I'll make it home today. Then, my stomach growled. I'll have a meal first. I headed to the nearest restaurant with just my wallet. Thank God there's one that's open in 24 hours near me. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Please sit wherever you want.
I always sit in the same seat. The table at the end of the restaurant. But today, there was a family that was obviously going through a rough time. The father wore clothes from what looked like his work. And the girl sitting across from him was wearing clothes that were ripped to shreds. Excuse me. Such a small voice! To no surprise, the staff walked right past them. Oh my gosh, poor father! I have to do something. Excuse me, ma'am?
Yeah?
Those two over there are asking for you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I would never do this, but I couldn't help it. The staff apologized, and the father looked my way and bowed before ordering their food. One cake, please.
All right. Anything else?
No, thank you. The father looked down. After the staff left, his daughter said,
Dad, are you not going to eat?
Yeah, I'm already full. He's lying! To say such things while looking so pale. No one is going to believe you. I couldn't keep my eyes off the two.
Are you going to be late again?
Yeah, I snuck out of work today too. I need to get back soon.
No way!
I wanted to celebrate your birthday in some way. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I couldn't buy you any gifts.
It's okay, I'm fine. I love the cake here.
She's so kind! I didn't know such an angel could exist. Family's great, huh? I started to cry for them myself. And I had people staring at me. I was so touched by Mary's kindness. But then, a group of thugs walked in. 2 boys and 1 girl that looked like college students walked in. And they looked to be drunk. Then the girl looked over in my direction.
I want to sit there.
The girl was pointing to where the family was sitting.
Hey waitress, make them move.
I can't do that, sir.
What? We're regulars here. And we're part of the official restaurant agency too.
They're so loud. And what is the official restaurant agency? That doesn't even exist. Then the group walked towards the family. I stood next to the table. Mary looked visibly scared.
Wow. Are these people poor? Look at that girl's clothes. It's disgusting.
And they smell too. Ew, you're right. They stink. I think they don't take showers. You need to clean up before coming here. Hey, not nice, man. You need to give them the dish soap first. That's hilarious, man. Damn right.
Mary looked like she was about to cry at any time.
Excuse me, we have other tables available.
Huh? I said we want to sit here. Or do you want to see the wrath of the restaurant agency?
But
The waitress was doing a great job talking to them, but the group would not budge. And at this bad timing, the cake they ordered arrived. What happened next shocked me. The blue-haired one took the cake from the staff and threw it into the father's face.
Oh! You guys are gross. Get out of here. You can clean yourself up with a whipped cream, alright?
The group laughed.
Dad!
How can people like these exist? I can't believe my eyes! I'm seeing the worst of this country right now. I can't believe it. That is fine, honey.
Hurry up and leave. And take a shower. That's right. Do it! Do it! You go, sir!
Hey, you guys, stop it.
I can't stand this anymore. I won't let them get away with this! Trouble Buster! I acted without thinking. You guys need to quit it!
Huh?
The group came to confront me. They began to throw punches at me. So I grabbed his arm and twisted it.
Ow! Ow! Please stop!
Huh? You're the one that tried to punch me first, right?
Wait. I know who that is. Huh?
God, he's Alex from Scat High School.
The person that beat up a group of thugs by himself?
Back in high school, I used to be a thug. I'm kidding. I was picked on by the leader of a thug group. The reason was because his girlfriend had asked me out. So he called me out and surrounded me with his friends. But, because I trained in martial arts since I was little, I was strong. But I didn't want to punch anyone. So I dodged all of their punches. They fell down from being tired. For some reason, it became a rumor that I beat up everyone. And because of that, I had no friends in high school.
Please! I'm so sorry!
Apologize to them now.
Yes, sir!
Right after I let them go, the three bowed and apologized to the family.
We're so sorry!
And then, cops came into the restaurant. Apparently the owner called the police on them. The three were taken to the station. And because there was a camera in the restaurant, they'll be filed for something, I'm sure. But that's if the father decides to act on this. Thank you very much. No problem. I'm sorry I intervened.
Hey, are you a scary person?
Mary,
Shh! It's okay, sir. Little girl, I'm not a scary person. Don't worry about it. She then had a big smile on her face.
oh, look at the time. I have to go.
Are you going back to work? Yeah, but her birthday. Oh. Mary looked saddened. Could you not call out of work today? If I do, I'll be fired. Then please, go get fired. Huh? Honestly, I didn't know what I was saying either. But for some reason, I couldn't just let them leave. Your clothes are a mess, and your hair has cream on it too. You should just go back to your house and get cleaned up. When I said that, the father looked down. We don't have a house. They were homeless. They were going to go back to their usual park after this. I couldn't believe that a little girl like her was staying out alone in a park. I took care of the payment for the both of us and escorted them to my house.
Wow, such a big house!
Mary, don't run around.
Please, use the shower.
But
You came all the way here. Please. Thank you. The two came out of the shower cleaned up. I gave my clothes to the father. But since I didn't have any children's clothes, I went and got some random clothes from a 24-hour convenience store. Sorry I didn't have any cute clothes.
These are super cute!
How can such a sweet child exist? I can't hold back my tears. Thank you for everything. Did you call your workplace? I did, and I was fired. I'm so sorry. It's okay. I wasn't suited for the work anyways. I'll find a new one. If anyone takes me in. How about you work under me?
Huh?
The father looked worried. Why do you look so worried? I'm sorry, but what exactly do you do for work, Mr. Alex? The kids back there look very scared of you, so... Oh, I need to explain this to him. I began to explain to him what had happened in high school. Then his expression softened. I see.
Thank God.
When we were walking here, I was so scared of what was going to happen.
I was prepared to lose an intestine. Thank God.
Wow, I'm kind of sad.
I'm so sorry.
That night we talked about ourselves. Apparently his wife had left him for another man. And left a ton of debt to his name. So he had to sell his house. So, he had lost everything he had. So, will you please work for me, sir?
Please. Thank you very much.
You can use this house until things settle down. Okay?
Thank you for everything.
We made a deal. I had gotten my first employee. And to my surprise, he was very hardworking. And was very smart and efficient. He was very talented, and had many skills to his name. The reason he couldn't get a job was because he had no address to his name. Lucky me, I guess.
Like getting a lucky catch.
And because of him, my business sales skyrocketed. Well, maybe that was just my company doing well.
I'm such a genius.
Stop it, Alex. I'm happy I got someone that talks to me like this. I was able to make a best friend as well. I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Trouble Busters.